Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. I'm going to show you guys my DIY homeschool curriculum planner. Stay tuned. I am more of a DIY planner kind of person. I haven't been able to find a planner that I like. When it comes to planning, I'm a little bit more of a minimalist. I like the most minimal information, things that I need, and only what I need. I even prefer my calendars not even to have the weekends. We don't homeschool on the weekends, so I just feel like the weekends are just an extra that I don't need. So I'm also going to show you guys what my planner looked like from last year and what I liked and didn't like about it. And then I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into my planner that I made myself for this year. So my favorite supplies for homeschooling planning. My favorite would have to be Post-its. Love Post-its. All sizes, all shapes, all colors. I just feel like you cannot have a planner without Post-its. You guys will see my planner that I created for myself. It's pretty, it's colorful enough for me, but it's still pretty simple enough where it gets straight to the point. I recently purchased a comb binding machine, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. And I decided to make my planner comb bind my new planner. It'd be my most recent purchase, which is the 19 hole punch Marigold comb binding machine. I feel like I should have bought this a year ago. I have been comb binding everything. I am in love with this thing. So this is why, another reason why I decided to go ahead and make my planner again for this year. Not only do I feel like when you make your own planner, you get to really customize it to your likings and your needs. I feel like anytime I went to look for a planner, because last year I did search everywhere. I looked at Amazon, I looked at Etsy shops, I looked into Pinterest, free downloadable planners. I got the free one from Lakeshore Learning. I went everywhere. I went to Mardell to look at the ones they have there. And when it comes down to it, like I said, I'm pretty basic. I just like the simple information, Monday through Friday. Just give me the lines that I need to fill in the subjects and the lessons, and I'm good. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys, I'm not going to show you my planner from last year completely because I am reusing some of the stuff on my new one, but I am going to show you the pages that I used for planning for this last year, and I'm going to show you guys what I liked and didn't like from them. Now, this was a free printable from Preschool, simplypreschool.com, and I loved the simplicity. I loved the just straight to the point. But what I didn't like is that a 1 week is in 2 pages. I didn't like that. I also didn't like that they added Saturday and Sunday. Even though I did like the next week part, because that would allow me to, let's say if Martin Luther King Day was the following Monday, I could write it in here so I would remember to plan stuff out for that day or whatever it might be. But when it comes to the weekend, I feel like that's just an extra thing that I don't need in my planner. We don't homeschool on Saturday and Sunday, so I feel like I don't need these 2 spaces. What I found myself doing last year was pretty much I would put a Post-it on both the days and then right on top of it whatever I had planned out for my preschooler at the time. And that's what I was finding myself doing. I was also dragging these lines all the way down and then using these 2 spots for extra lessons or things that I had lined up for my kids. The other thing that I didn't like was the goals area up here and the to-do. I just felt, like I said, if it's extra, it was just extra. If we had a to-do, I would just write it in the date. Simple as that. So with that being said, that's just what like I said, what I liked and didn't like from the planning pages that I printed out from last year. Now I had printed them all out ahead of time, so I went ahead and used them. And they did work out for the most part. They just weren't my favorite. So I'm going to show you guys my planner that I created for myself for this year. And one of the other things that's a little bit of a flaw when it comes to comb binding is that with the 3-ring binder, if you wanted to remove or add any pages, obviously you just open up your little 3-ring binder and, you know, insert pages or remove pages. Super simple. With comb binding, it's not as simple. Anytime you need to add pages or remove pages, you either have to rip them out or you have to completely undo the comb and then redo it, which is what I had to do this morning. I decided to go ahead and add, which I don't know why I didn't add it before, but our weekly schedule. I hadn't added it to my planner, so I went ahead this morning and made a second copy, because I like to keep it next to my desk. But I decided I wanted to have one for my planner as well. So with that being said, I had to undo it, and so now I have to add the page and comb it. I'm going to try my best to show you guys the planning pages that I chose, that I created on PowerPoint. Okay, so with anything you need your cover. Now the cover, if you guys go to Teacher Pay Teachers and you look up free fonts or free banners, anything like that, you find a ton of really good stuff, and all you really have to do is load them up to your computer. So I went ahead and found a bunch of these little rainbow backgrounds and banners. So this is my cover sheet on Pinterest. It's a little saying, and it says, the most important work you will ever do will be within the walls of your own home. And I just thought it was amazing, and I loved it, and it's very true. So this is actually my first little page. The next page that I did is our weekly schedule. And this, again, I created on PowerPoint, and I just have it Monday through Friday, pretty much the subjects that we're going to be tackling on those days. This is my third page of my planner. The next one is from Calendarpedia. From Calendarpedia, I went ahead and downloaded the 2017, 2018. This is just the calendar. It gives you some of the federal holidays. I went ahead already and circled our first day of school, which is August 1st. This is something I used last year from Calendarpedia, and it's another thing that I actually used quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and use it again. The other thing, and this is from Tina's Dynamic Homeschool Plus. I love her homeschool planning schedule. Now, this is a year-round one. Hers begins from July to June, or goes from July to June. We started school year in August, so that's the only downfall about it. But it's okay. I'm actually still using the one from last year to plan out June and July. And what I like about it is that because we homeschool year-round, I highlight the way that I homeschool. Our year-round homeschool is every single month we get 1 week off, and this I do just to avoid any kind of burnout. So I give myself and the kids 1 week off every single month. So we do 4 weeks on, 1 week off, 4 weeks on, 1 week off, and it works out perfectly. We still total about 205 days a year and 41 weeks. So we're still, when it comes to Texas law, as long as we do 36 weeks by law, that's what they require. We do 41, so we're still within requirement for our state. So I already have our first day of school mapped out. I already have their last day of school mapped out, which is the 21st of July. And then they get that week off, and then we start back up August 1st. It also gives you a rundown as to how many days per month you do and how many weeks. So it gives you a nice little calculation. So I really do like this planning page, so I went ahead and we're doing it again for this year. The other thing is also from Tina's Dynamic Homeschool Plus, is her attendance record. The attendance record I like only because even though I have this planned out, this planned out for how many days we're going to be doing, a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. And we might have to maybe, even though we have, let's say, for instance, November this week off, if we skipped a few days because they were sick in October, then that means we don't take that week off. So this allows me to really calculate and figure out what days we did, what days we didn't, what we need to make up. And this is something that I used last year, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again this year because it really helped me out. Only this year, obviously, we have a new little student, and then I went ahead and added my girls that I nanny. Even though they don't completely homeschool with us, I just want to jot down the days that they do homeschool with us, just to get a little idea as to how many days are here out of the week. So that's two of the pages that I really do like and enjoy using. Another thing, because we have donuts and a little party for the 100 days of school, and so I went ahead and printed out myself a little hundreds chart just so we can keep track of the 100 days. Each one of my kids is going to have one of these in their morning binder. We're going to start it on August 1st, and it's also going to be something that I keep track of on my little end. So I went ahead and printed out one of these for myself. Then we have the year at a glance. And this year at a glance went from, I want to say, it went from July to August. And because we homeschool year round, we start our school we start our school year in August. So I had to put little tabs and cover the dates up and add my own. This is what I use, the year in a glance, this is what I use for Evelyn, for preschool. So every month I know what we're going to be tackling. If it's for August, if we're tackling A through C, then I'll write down A through C, numbers 1 through 3, whatever shape for that month. If I have the square, then I'll write the square, numbers 1 through, I already said that. Whatever, if we have like a basic concept that we're focusing on that, or a little life skill for that month, I'll go ahead and write it in here. This is what I'm going to be using this for. And once I start planning all this out, I'll maybe make a video on that. So for now, this is my year at a glance, and that's how I use it. Then we go into my planning pages. So I found these tabs as a free printable, and I will try to remember where I found them and link them in the description box, because right now I can't remember. And they came with the full complete planner. But again, I felt like the planner just had was asking for way too much information, and I decided just to print out the tabs because I did need tabs for every month. So again, this calendar is from Calendarpedia. I went ahead and printed out August through July, and this is what I use to write in if we go to the library, if we're going to do any kind of activity or whatever. I'll usually write it on this little planner or on this little calendar. So from there, we jump into my planning pages. Now, this is what I created on my PowerPoint. And the way that I did it is I did it front side and back side, and each one of these pages handles 1 week. So this would be 1 week, this would be 2 weeks. And I just have their subjects on the side here, and Monday through Friday, week number, and then I left space up top so I can add, if I need to add one of these with the month, I can, or I left that little space open. So I went ahead and did one of these for each week. The other thing that I created myself for my extra subjects, so for social studies, geography, science, Spanish, arts and crafts, just an extra additional page. And this one also, this one handles 4 weeks. So pretty much a whole month would fit into 1 page. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to almost minimize my planner. So that's the other planning page that I created on PowerPoint. And one of the last pages that I created on PowerPoint is for Evelyn. And super simple. This handles 2 weeks, Monday through Thursday. For Friday, we're just going to be handling, I am only planning Monday through Thursday only because I have a feeling she might not want to do a full 5 days. So for now, I printed out her page just Monday through Thursday. We'll figure it out. If we do end up doing Friday, It's perfectly fine. I'll just add it in here somewhere. And all it is really literacy, math, color, whatever color we're handling, shape, and basic concept. Any kind of life skill, if we're focusing on color matching, if we're focusing on sizings, anything like that, I'll go ahead and write it in basic concepts. So this is a little planning page that I created for Evelyn. It's just super simple graph. And like I said, so from there it goes into my planning pages again for the month. And then this is a planner that I had bought from Walmart. And I'm actually just using it for notes. I did like the fact that it has the months up top with the days of the week. So if I do have something planned out, let's say for February the 5th, I can just circle February 5th and then write down any kind of notes or anything. I'm thinking of actually using this for the library. If we went, how many days out of the month we went to the library, when the books are due, just anything like that. So it's just an extra writing page. So I went ahead and added, for every month, I went ahead and added a few of these. And then again, it goes into September, and September looks exactly the same, and it just goes on. On the very back of my planner, I went ahead and added a monthly goal page, and this one just goes January through December. Just any goals that I might have, and how I usually use these is I use them with Post-its, like that I could actually reuse it, or change anything. So pretty much if I need to add something for April, I'll just go ahead and do that. So this is actually one that I used last year, and I'm going to go ahead and use it again this year. So that is my monthly goal page. Now it goes into my curriculum planning pages. And these are way at the back again. I haven't started to plan out their curriculum yet, so these are blank. So this is another thing that I created on PowerPoint. Oh my God, and I just realized that I made a mistake on Vincent's grade, because he would be second grade. No big deal. I'll just white that out and write second grade. So it just has his subjects, and then whatever curriculum I'm using, numbers of lessons, how many days of the week we're going to be doing this. If we do, let's say, writing and penmanship, if we do it 5 days a week, then I know that he probably would have to do 1 lesson a week, or 1 lesson a day, and any kind of special notes. So this is my planning pages that I created for Vincent, and then I have some for Adrian, and then for Evelyn. For Evelyn, I already have all her weeks pretty much planned out up to 33 weeks. And with her planning pages, I pretty much just did a theme, the literacy, math, and then monthly focus, and then the week number. So week 1, July 3rd through July 7th, all about me. All we're focusing on is the alphabet and counting 1 through 10. And same thing, and up to the 4th week is when we actually start her letter of the week curriculum. So I already have pretty much all her weeks planned out. So that's what I'm using for that. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up and show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. And also don't forget to check out all the videos on the Mama Schmooze Reviews and Project Happy Home playlist that they have going on for all the month of June for the Planner Palooza. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thumbs up.